Right. Hello, I'm Laura Ellie Hudson. I am the founder of Resilient Spirit, where I work with creatives and change makers and people who want to cultivate spiritual resilience to navigate this changing world we're living in. So, through private and group spiritual companionship and spiritual direction, my clients deepen their connection with their inner wisdom, with other people, the earth, and the transcendent, so that they can activate their creative power and enjoy everyday peace while playing their unique part in changing the world. And so I would like to invite you to this, or welcome you, I'm sorry, to this Resilient Spirit Journal Jumpstart, which is a 15-minute meditation and writing practice for you to pause, reconnect your body, mind, and spirit, and allow yourself to express your authentic voice and soul wisdom and get it out from inside and onto the page. And so we will have 5 minutes of meditation and 10 minutes of writing. So I invite you to get your writing materials and have them nearby, and then find a comfortable position, whether you're seated or you're standing. And we will begin. So for our meditation practice today, I would like to invite you to try out alternate nostril breathing. So this is a pranayama technique, a breathing method that's taught in many yoga traditions. It's called Nadi Shodhana, and it has powerful benefits to calm the nervous system and engage both sides of the brain. Now, if this is something that just doesn't appeal to you at all to try this out, I also give you total permission to just take some really good deep breaths and just allow yourself to do breathing awareness practice. But if you, and that's how we'll all begin. We'll just begin with some big, expansive, clearing breaths. And then I will go ahead and walk you through how to do the alternate nostril breathing if you've never tried it before. So let's go ahead and begin. Just take some big, expansive breaths. So breathing in, filling your belly and your diaphragm and your chest. And then letting all that air out from inside, the big whoosh. And let's do one more, at least one more of those. Big inhale, and let it all out. One more, fully inhale, and fully exhale. And now if you want to try the alternate nostril breathing, you can take your hand. I'm using my right hand, that's comfortable for me. And either you can do kind of the hang loose sign, and you'll use your thumb to block your right nostril and your pinky, or sometimes I will put 2 fingers on my kind of third eye point on my forehead, and I'll use my ring finger and my thumb to block each nostril as we go through this practice. And so let's go ahead and just breathe in, but have your hand ready. And at the top of that breath, go ahead and block your right nostril, and then breathe out through your left nostril. And then inhaling through your left nostril. And at the top, go ahead and switch your fingers so that now you're blocking your left nostril, and breathe out through your right nostril. Now we're going to inhale. And hold and switch. And inhale through the left nostril. Hold it and switch to the right, and exhale. Now inhale with the right. Hold and switch, and then exhale. Inhale. Switch. Exhale. Now keep this going at your own pace. You'll notice that you switch at the top of the inhale, and your first motion is exhale each time you've switched. And as you get this rhythm, you might notice how your breath naturally begins to get deeper and smoother. And just keep going here for one more round, and even out your rounds if you haven't completed a round of the right and the left nostril yet. And then when you've done that, you can let go of that practice and just take a few deep breaths. And notice how you feel now, and what your breathing is like now that you've tried this practice. Thank you for trying that with me, or just for practicing your breathing in general. And now I'm going to offer a poem for you. And as you listen to this poem, if there's a word or a phrase that stands out to you, you may want to jot it down, as it can be a starting point for your writing. So go ahead and listen to this poem. And this one is called Our Ancestors' Short Lives. And is written by the Polish poet Wislawa Szymborska, translated by Stanislaw, Baranczak, and Clare, Cavanagh. So Our Ancestors' Short Lives. Few of them made it to 30. Old age was the privilege of rocks and trees. Childhood ended as fast as wolf cubs grow. One had to hurry to get on with life before the sun went down, before the first snow. 13-year-olds bearing children, 4-year-olds stalking birds' nests in the rushes, leading the hunt at 20. They aren't yet, then they are gone. Infinity's ends fused quickly. Witches chewed charms with all the teeth of youth intact. A son grew to manhood beneath his father's eye. Beneath the grandfather's blank sockets, the grandson was born. And anyway, they didn't count the years. They counted nets, pots, sheds, and axes. Time, so generous toward any petty star in the sky, offered them a nearly empty hand and took it quickly back, as if the effort were too much. 1 step more, 2 steps more along the glittering river that sprang from darkness and vanished into darkness. There wasn't a moment to lose. No deferred questions, no belated revelations, just those experienced in time. Wisdom couldn't wait for gray hair. It had to see clearly before it saw the light, and to hear every voice before it sounded. Good and evil, they knew little of them, but knew all. When evil triumphs, good goes into hiding. When good is manifest, then evil lies low. Neither can be conquered or cast off beyond return. Hence, if joy, then with a touch of fear. If despair, then not without some quiet hope. Life, however long, will always be short, too short for anything to be added. So in this poem, I hear both kind of a realism and a sense of appreciation that the poet has for these ancestors with their short lives. It's also an awareness of the humility that there was just enough in these lives, and of these human ancestors. And so my prompt for you is to see if you can hold a similar tone as you contemplate your own ancestors and what their lives were like. Now, you might choose to remember a particular ancestor and describe them. And if you do this, consider specific details of the things and quirks and sayings you associate with them. Or you might choose, as this poet does, to imagine the lives of unnamed and unknown ancestors who lived very differently from the way you live now. And another option for a prompt, if you don't want to think about ancestors, you might think about this line: there wasn't a moment to lose, no deferred questions, no belated revelations. So a further invitation, completely different one, is to consider any deferred questions in your life and maybe even list them out. What are questions you've been putting off answering, or questions that have not yet found answers? And as always, I like to give you some words to play with. I will put those in the chat. They are teeth, pots, wait, count, gray, and joy. So go ahead and see where these prompts lead you, and take what's useful from this invitation and let go of what doesn't inspire you. And just allow yourself to keep breathing, and whatever comes up first, let it get you started. I always like to say first thought, best thought. As you let your pen or your fingers move across your writing materials, just keep breathing and let your words move through you with the same ease as your inhale and your exhale. And if you get stuck, you can always pause and recenter and just start again by letting whatever word or image arises be what it is and work with that. Keep writing, keep breathing. Let whatever words emerge and trust that they are good enough for today. They are what needs to be said today. And there's about 45 seconds left in our writing period, so you might want to allow yourself to find a stopping place for now, knowing that you can come back to this piece of writing anytime and continue or edit it or change it. So thank you for taking this time with me to practice your writing and your letting it out into the world, and may you be well. I hope to meet you again next time. Go in peace.